Hello, my friends. Dorothy Morgan here, longtime professional astrologer. We're talking about May 12th. We are moving our way closer and closer to the lunar eclipse, which will be on Sunday night or Monday morning, depending on where you live. So what's a good way to work the energy of what we got going on in the sky today? So we're going to cover that. We're going to do some astro dice as always, and then we'll end with a card. So I've asked Spirit to give me a little insight because, we don't have a lot going on, but we do have a lot going on. And when I look at the chart for May 12th, which is what I have up here, just noontime for my latitude and longitude, the things that I see the most, I think that are just super important as we're coming to this Scorpio full moon eclipse, right? The Scorpio full moon eclipse, that forecast is already posted. It'll be linked here at the end of this video. But the full, that full moon in Scorpio is always quite intense, and it brings things to the surface that we need to process and work on, release, let go, recognize, all those things that are just not always easy. We don't want to do, but we're going to do it anyways, because that's why we're here. And we simultaneously, but on the day of the eclipse, Venus and Chiron will be conjunct. And Venus is moving closer and closer to Chiron. So as an applying aspect between now and the eclipse, this is the wounded healer. Chiron's the wounded healer. It's in Aries. Venus is in Aries. Today, the moon, later on, the moon will, by sign, it's in an opposition. By the math, it'll be there soon. So throughout the day, today, May 12th, the moon in Libra, which is focusing on the opposition aspect, is because that's the energy of an opposition aspect. It's about that back and forth, the one-to-one, the partnerships, the relationships, the individual, between you and one other. That is just highlighted today. And so we're looking for some, either to bring harmony and balance back into a relationship, or we're being aware of how out of balance it is, right? So either way, it equals the same thing, because that's what Libra's looking for: balance, harmony. And again, with as we're getting closer, inching closer and closer to this eclipse, the sun is very, look how close the sun is to the lunar north node. That's what an eclipse actually looks like when you don't know it's an eclipse by all the math. You just look at how close the sun is to the lunar node, one or the other. And since this one is a full moon, the moon will be over here. See how close it is? It's getting there. So Venus in Aries coming closer and closer to Chiron in Aries, that wounded healer. So there is also some deeper feelings and relationship things that might be triggered for some of us, not everybody, but then some of us might be feeling rather feisty and like, I just need to go do this, because Venus in Aries is like that. She can be very aggressive and assertive. Jupiter, of course, is there now too. So we get to go after what we want, but maybe for the next couple of days, at first, we're going to be doing some of our own healing. And what's the old saying, where the wind blows strongest, the roots run the deepest. So what that means, is, if you've had, who hasn't had a wound? We all do. But, where we're wounded, where we've processed, where we've healed, we're able to help those out, help others as well. So that's kind of what I want to look at for today. So moon in Libra opposite the Aries planets, and Chiron as well. So it really we have that already, a focus on the opposition energy, the relationship dynamic, the back and forth energy, which is what that eclipse shows us as well. All right, more. After I'm done this, I'm going to live Patreon, and we'll do the week ahead. Welcome to join us there. I'm going to do the astro dice. This is going to be, what does Spirit want me to know? I see the moon. I see the 10th house. Got to find the sign. And we got a train coming by. You're going to probably hear it. I'm not sure. In Taurus. Oh, that's fantastic. The moon in Taurus is in his exaltation there. So that moon in Taurus in the 10th house, this is great. So who is this for? I don't know. If I was to read it for myself, which is what I do, and then you're going to take it as to however you need it for yourself. The moon exalted in the sign of Taurus. So the moon is what we emotionally can get behind, what we know our past is about. In the Taurus energy is very earthy, very grounded, right? It is about what I love, what I value, super important. If it's in the 10th house, then take something that you know you absolutely love, you absolutely value, and either bring it into the public eye, that's the 10th house, so people get to know you for that, or bring it, go when you go to work today, you know, your career, what you're known for. There's an opportunity here to really contribute to something that's very valuable, and maybe even contribute. And if it's time for you to ask for a raise, it could be that you can say, look at what I've done for the company, look at how much I've contributed, and it might even be an opportunity to do that. With Mercury retrograde in the sky at this point in time, if you've been considering it, now's the time to reconsider it and see if you're able to, get what is due you. This isn't for everybody, of course, but the moon in Taurus is such a wonderful place. It's like, and some of us, we could just finally go and just say, whoops, I tipped a whole bunch. What was I going to say? It's food, it's love, it's planting plants, it's everything that is like sensual or, feeds the senses. So sensual is. All right, what is the cards? What do the cards want us to know? You can support me here on YouTube by just clicking the thumbs up, and please share this stuff with your groups. I would love that. Make a Google review if you like. White buffalo came up again. Circle of life's on the other side. Again, what comes around goes around. I want to talk about this one. So if you feel, Karen Whisperer, I saw a post on hers I think it was just this morning, and it was like about being on a Ferris wheel. And look who's right there, the wounded healer. Oh, I have my crystal is on my face. I'm being a Gemini right now. I'm sorry. I got distracted by a pretty light. I can see it right there. All right. Well, let's do these two first. Let's do these two. So the circle of life. Thank you, Karen, for all the references. And yes, what comes around goes around. Sometimes we're up high and we can really see the bigger picture. And sometimes we're not. Sometimes we come back down, just like she was talking about the Ferris wheel. I do not like Ferris wheels. I am a fear of heights. Don't care. I don't need to get over it. I'm fine with it. The circle of life. So something else is coming back around. If you feel you've missed an opportunity, the roll of the dice, the energy is about Moon in Taurus in the 10th house. You might not have missed an opportunity. Time to ask for that raise, especially if you think you need it, or to raise your rates, whatever you're known for. The wounded healer. So I did talk about that. This is Chiron. It's known as the wounded healer. So there it is. Oh, I'm so happy. Well, it showed up. It just means that we have the strength, we have the power if we feel that something is off for us, right? And we're not feeling 100%. Just take your time, be quiet, reach out. And then once you've worked through whatever that wound is, whatever seems to be activated right now, then you're able to move forward and go and help others. Okay. All right. The white buffalo was the one I actually pulled. So that was 3 cards for today, which is about, let's see, it's abundance and prosperity and continuing to move forward. And it also, as well, in lore, local and native lore, it represents a new age and a change, a big new age. So maybe there is even something in your life. So with that wounded healer, Venus conjunct Chiron, the wounded healer card, the moon today in Libra, and today and tomorrow, honestly, opposite all the Aries planets, then it has everything to do with, healing that wound, represented that it represents that healing of a wound, and that represents the relationships that are really important to us, as well as that lunar eclipse that's coming up. get that deep stuff up and out. Let's get it cleared. And that's what we get to work with. All right. I'm going to leave us with that. Thank you, everybody. Blessings. Enjoy your day. Namaste.